go. I forgot to push now we should have sound.
Oh, yay.
I have the mic.
That's where Andrew said peace and quiet.
And maybe we could just do a show without no sound.
That would be funny. I'm sure Andrew could put words in our mouth and
now they
say
can
what
tell
we're
us
saying.
Who needs sound? Let's just make up our own dialogue, he says. So so there we go. He says, Drew, Mike is on live. So yeah, you do have to push the little
Dwight's
right
from
there,
Trinidad. Thanks so much for being with us.
There we go.
And cool. Ryan has a cast on. So are you painting?
Ron Thrall's on
working?
the Great Lakes. I've been there. Went to boot camp there.
You've said that last week.
That wasn't last week, but
yes, it was last week.
Was it last week?
Yeah, it was.
Well,
hi, Robert. Thanks for being with us.
You don't want to hear that story again, huh?
Whoa. Hi, Gabriel Nunez.
Somebody's at the door. But we don't care.
We don't care. Hi, John. Thanks for being with us. Hi, Dave.
So there we go.
Drew.
A6 Jordan. So can't hear. I think everybody says so they should be able to hear us now.
They
Go
can.
Green. Yeah. So
and Drew said, how was your Easter? I hope you guys all had a happy Easter.
Oh yeah.
We
Easter
had a nice
was
one.
yesterday.
Yeah. And we have 3 daughters. And how many were home with us?
That's a good question.
One.
I was trying to think.
That's good. Oh my gosh. Who's doing
Family
that?
Man just jumped on.
Yeah, and I'm actually going close to his house next weekend or this coming weekend, so we might meet you.
I know. I was telling him I might go up there because I was sent him a message because
he's actually a rapper.
I know.
He's actually got a little talent.
I actually like that song he made up.
Has anybody seen it in the community?
I don't think he's posted it on anything, so I'm not sure.
You haven't posted it yet?
I haven't posted it yet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take care of that.
Okay.
So
we have people like Andrew has a Paint Life Mafia. Do you want to tell people about that?
Oh, so I don't know if anybody's wondering why, like Andrew, Slovacek, Jordan, A6, why is their names green? And they got a little Paint Life or a Paint Life Mafia little icon.
Why is
because they're paid sponsors. So you can now, this is kind of cool. So you can now be a paid sponsor of Paint Life. So let me cancel that out so she can see that and move that. And I'll move this over here so you can see that right there. And
that's good.
So
we like seeing that.
We're working with all our screens right here.
Yeah.
We were like yakking and we did, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's 7 o'clock. We're supposed to be live.
You were
not
answering
paying
message.
attention.
But Jordan 23. Okay.
So here let's go back. Aubrey, right? So so the whole sponsorship thing, you can pay $4.99 and become a paid sponsor. So we see
Aubrey.
your names on our screen right here. You're green, and you got a little Paint Life emoji, so we know that you're important. And so we're going to try to answer your questions.
Jordan said he can't hear, so hopefully you can hear us now, Jordan.
Yeah, because that was old. So
okay, that was old.
Hopefully that was really old.
I definitely want to say Jordan has a little girl that is so cute. And, our kids are, have empty nesters. And so someday we'll be grandparents. But Jordan sent a video of his daughter, Aubrey, and he's like, it makes you want to have kids again. She's so cute. So hopefully the rest of the Paint Life community gets to see.
They'll see because I got a video coming out and she's going to be in the video.
And what I love, who did we talk to this week? Matt's daughter.
Matt Miller.
Cara.
We saw Skyped or did whatever, FaceTimed her. His daughter wanted to talk with us, and so she's 4 years old.
Oh my gosh, so cute.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
And she's big fans of ours.
And she was wearing a Paint Life shirt, and to me, that's what this community is about. It's like we want our kids to take pride into what we do as parents and how you provide for them, and to see these cute little girls be happy. We're, learning how to paint and appreciate. I don't know. Yep. It's just too cute.
So, what do the paid sponsors get? For only $4.99, you can become a paid sponsor.
$4.99 a month.
$4.99 a month, and you get a Paint Life Mafia sticker. These are the only people that get these are paid sponsors. So one of our high quality stickers, we're sending out one of our autograph cards right here to you, and this is And on the back of it, you get 20% off your first entire purchase on our Paint Life store.
Yeah.
So
and then
that pays for it right there.
Mm-hmm.
And then each month we're going to be given a special offer just to the sponsors. And then this is the main thing. We're having a live show only for our paid sponsors once a month. So once a month, and it's going to be Thursday at 6 p.m. And we haven't set what Thursday every month, but this month it'll be Thursday at 6 p.m. and it's only for paid sponsors.
Yep.
So
Chuck is going to be with us. Andrew's going to be with us. Jordan's going to be with us. Who else?
We've got A6 Paint Pros, DFW.
He's going to come with us.
Kalido Oliveris.
Be
Chuck H. So these all, you can see them. They're green. They got and then they even get their own little special emojis.
Yeah.
So if you wonder what the emojis is, that's me, you, and John.
XC, yeah, I just found that out. XC Painter says his daughter watches also, which is so cool.
That's cool.
It is very cool. I mean, we've had all our girls work for us, and yeah, it's pretty awesome.
It says who does all your sticker and shirt printing. So that it's
a local guy.
Yeah, it is. It is. His name's Chad Harris. Yeah. It's because I just call him Chad. Chad is business. Chuck. I'm gonna look it up here. So there's somebody that just joined right there.
Is that how you join? Did he join Paint Life Mafia?
Yeah, he just joined. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
JB, welcome to Paint Life Mafia.
Paint Life Mafia.
Let's open a package.
Oh, we got packages here to open?
So we have packages to open, but no, we don't do this one. Do that box one first.
Really?
This one. This one.
So what are we going to talk about tonight? Tonight, I want to get into a topic and talk about some advanced airless spraying techniques. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're going to open some packages. This one first.
I don't know how we're going to get that open because
we're going to open that first.
So this is, so here's a package. This is Australian brushware. So this came from Australia. Oh, here you go. I'm going to hand you some brushes.
Oh,
there you go.
So this person was just on.
Oh, Monarch. They're actually on.
Monarch paint brushes.
Monarch painting.
They are from Australia.
Australia. So here
we're
we go.
looking forward to meeting him when we go down there.
So we got some new paint brushes to test. I've never used them before. There you go. A whole bunch of brushes in here. Goodness sakes.
The Black Panther, it's $4.99.
Brushes.
And the first month you get a 20% off coupon and a sticker. So it would cost that just to get the sticker. So
yeah, because the sticker itself is like $3 just for the sticker. So that pays for itself right there. Yeah. And then the live show, we're going to be doing.
Has anybody tried Monarch brushes? If you have, tell us what you think. We're going to be testing them out, and we look forward to using them. I like the color.
Look at that's a completely different handle. I've never seen that handle.
It's kind of pretty.
Before. Yeah.
It's purple.
Well, you can use this one for your makeup. Don't you do that? You guys put that blush stuff on or something like that? Andrew
wants to know pancakes or waffles. Okay, we are totally.
Okay, this is probably most important question ever: pancakes or waffles? Definitely waffles.
Yeah. I like waffles. I like waffles.
Yes, I would much rather prefer waffles over pancakes. So
they said but booster quality. So anyways, we're really excited. We'll be testing these out and we'll be letting you know.
We love testing them out, and we can give away one on the live show tonight too.
Can we do that?
Why not? We'll give away a paintbrush tonight.
We'll do that.
We'll give away this one right here.
This one. This one. We got so many.
We'll give away this one.
We don't need to say which one.
We'll give away this one.
Oh my goodness, there's so many.
Here, we'll know which one because I'm gonna put my name in it right here.
Yep. So let's give that away right now.
There you go. You want to give away right now?
Sure. So hope you guys had a good Easter.
Signed.
We had a nice day with our daughter and some friends and going to church. But we were talking about this week, and we like to share what we're doing and how we learn, and to encourage you that it's okay if you make mistakes as long as you learn from it. And I made a pretty good mistake this past week. I scheduled a bid for Chris to go meet with a customer, and he needed to change it, and then I needed to change it, and then I said he'll be there on Friday, and I scheduled it. And Saturday morning, I opened my computer and I realized I forgot to tell Chris to go to the appointment.
Shame on you.
I felt so horrible, but I realized there's nothing to say. You know, I need to give him an estimate and I'll just apologize, because what else can you do? Like, I made a mistake. So I wrote him an estimate and I called him and said, I'm sorry. There's no excuse. I forgot it.
Yep.
And to my surprise and shock, he ended up hiring us.
Yeah.
So, you know, when you make a mistake, own it. Like, I mean, I really am surprised that we're going to be painting for him. But I'm glad, you know, for me. So yeah, that was my advice for this past week. Cool. When you make a mistake, own it.
So Gabriel Nunez says he wants a brush. So Gabriel Nunez, you got yourself a brush.
Oh, wow. That was easy.
That was easy.
You need to email us.
Email us live show at the-idaho-painter.com. Let us know what you want, Gabriel, and the brush, the Monarch brush, and we'll send it to you.
We need to open up a window.
So I do want to talk about some of my advanced airless spraying. Yeah, it is really blazing hot in here. We forgot to do everything, and then but we do have some. I want to give away these. Oh my gosh,
we have way too much going on today.
I gotta give away these cards. And,
see if anybody has questions.
Yeah. Well, what are you doing? She just bailed on me. She just left. That's not good. So I was gonna see if there's. So I have these cards, and these are game cards, and they have airless sprayers on them. It's kind of interesting. So they're game cards made. Airless discounters made them, but they're in German. So
if anybody knows German.
So if you know German and you want some playing cards, this is a game I guess they play over in Europe.
Yeah.
Some type of game that I'm not familiar with. But when you see the cards, you like match. You match like things and stuff like that. But there's sprayers on the backs of them, and you match the sprayers and the PSI or whatever what they do. And it's kind of cool because he made these cards and he gave me a whole bunch of them. And obviously, I don't need all of them. And obviously,
one pack tonight.
Obviously, I don't need any of them because they don't speak German, so I don't know what they say.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, I can't read them. So yeah, I'll give away 2 of them tonight. So if you want one, let me know and I'll send you one. If you speak, I guess you don't even have to speak German. I mean, really, if you just want to look at cards and you can't understand what the heck they say. My 9-year-old grandma and her sister would love these.
Mel C.
They are German. There you go, Mel C. Right. Where's Mel C? Gets some. Mel C. There you go. Those are for you. So kind of cool. George is on. Let's see any of the Spade sponsors on. Aubrey wants the shirt you're wearing right now signed.
Well, you know what? I think there's going to be a trade here, because if we're going to get to show everybody how cute she is, we're going to need to give her a shirt. So
right.
Yeah, so we'll have to do that. Let's
see. I'll take them. My friend lives in Germany. He can translate. So he said, well, just because, I mean, I wonder if he just lives in Germany, but maybe he speaks English.
But maybe he needs to learn. And maybe he wants to learn how to use sprayers and the parts and be able to tell people.
Yeah. So are you watching for questions?
Yeah. Okay. But real fast, we have somebody coming to visit us and they sent a package. And so we want to open it and see what's in it and see if anybody's heard about this company. And if they have.
So I'm gonna start talking about some airless spraying tips and tricks here, some advanced airless spraying. So were you gonna open up something?
Well, it's pretty big. Has anybody heard of this company? It's called
Metropolis.
Another
big old huge box.
It's specialty painting.
Do you ever do any work in hospitals? We don't. I don't think we've ever worked in a hospital ever in our career. We have not. So
ask him if he recommends it.
So usually like the hospitals here, they have a full-time staff that paints for them. So
okay, I'm really having.
So I'm going to talk about some airless spraying, tips and tricks, and this is getting really into some advanced, stuff with airless spraying. I've talked about airless spraying. So here is an airless spray gun. You might be wondering, what the heck this little gizmo is on here, but this is a clean shot. So this is what is used to stop airless spray guns from spitting if you have gun extensions on there. So because when you release the trigger, the paint stops right here at the gun, but it's continue releasing paint, to the tip at the end, and you always will get spits with gun extensions on. The longer the gun extension, the more spits you'll get. So these clean shots are a way to eliminate that. But I've been testing them out, and the last exterior we did, I sprayed with it all day, and extremely heavy. You can actually put it on the end of the extension on here, but it's on too tight right now. I can't get it off. So it would go right here, and I was spraying with it all day long, and it was extremely, it wasn't heavy to begin with, but by the end of the day, my thumb was completely just fatigued, exhausted. My hand was exhausted and stuff. So the added weight up there at the end of the gun made it, not so easy to use. It worked really, really well. But I want to talk about, airless spraying. Some of the things that will, possibly, help you improve, your spraying, technique. You're unwrapping stuff there.
Well, because it was hard to open. So already we got paintbrushes from Australia, which is super cool. This is from Canada. So I love that. I love all these different countries.
Canada.
This is from Canada.
So
what is a
deck boss?
What is a deck boss?
I don't know. I have no idea what a deck boss is.
Does anybody know what a deck boss is?
It's a Deck Boss Pro Series, but we got to get on to some advanced airless spraying techniques.
Well, this is kind of fun because we want to know.
Whoa. That would be the big boy.
That is a big boy.
That's a Deck Boss right there. Jaw. So that's for brushing deck. Now, I really like that. So that goes on an extension pole.
Canada.
And that's what you would, if you're spraying your deck, putting it on with an airless sprayer, you would use this to back brush it. Or you could just put this on an extension pole, just dip it in a pan and brush your deck with it. And that would make doing decks really fast.
That's very cool.
So that is really cool.
You like it,
I really like that. I haven't tested it, but I really like that. And it looks like, so it's
from Ontario.
Hardwood. It's screwed in.
Canada.
Right there. So from, first glance, it looks like it's very well made.
And you like the box, don't you?
Yeah, it's in a kind of cool box too. So that's pretty cool. I've never heard of it. And
it's from Canada.
There you go.
Yeah,
the Deck Boss.
I wonder if Don, the gooseneck guy, knows about them because he's from Canada too.
Yeah. So here's I want to talk about some tips and tricks. Really advanced airless spraying. And one of the things that why I got where I got with airless spraying, because there's nobody out there teaching people how to spray and stuff, and I had to just learn on my own, and everything was from trial and error and making a whole lot of mistakes. I made lots.
Sandra said too much advertising, but we're not advertising. People just sent us stuff and we're sharing it with you guys, and we want to hear if you know of these products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
what you
call
think
that
about
advertising
them.
or not, but
I don't know. I mean,
so anyways, so getting back to the airless spraying, I learned everything on my own. And one thing, over the years spraying and stuff, I never listened to music on the job site. I never wore headphones and stuff. And I think what it really helped me do was to really fine tune my senses when it comes to spraying. And what I mean by fine tuning my senses when it comes to spraying, that's listening, for certain cues when you're spraying and seeing certain cues when you're spraying. And so I want to just take this gun off here, the extension, and I'll talk a little bit about it. So, when it comes to listening, I mean, when I'm spraying with my gun, there's certain things you should be listening for when you're spraying. And there's certain things that you'll hear that will tell you whether the finish that's coming out or the product that's coming out is coming out properly. And when I'm spraying, the tips you're using, you'll hear hissing. Loud hissing can tell you whether the tip is worn out or whether it's brand new. So I could take it, blindfolded. Somebody could put on a tip and I can pull the trigger,
Tell
and
them.
by listening to the sound, I can tell you whether that tip is what we call blown out and completely worn out, or if it's brand new. It should have a really nice, fine hiss to it, not a loud hiss to it. And so once your tip starts to wear out, you're not going to get a good quality finish. You're going to start, the paint's not going to be atomized properly. The tips, people have a tendency to use them too long. These tips only last typically about, between, depending on the product you use, cheaper products, we'll make them wear out a lot faster than really good products, but they'll last anywhere from 30 to 50 gallons. And after that, they're going to start hissing really bad. And so the sound is going to tell you, whether your tips are worn out or not. So you want to listen for the sound. If it's too loud, it could be also telling you that your pressure's too high. So if I pull a trigger and it's really, really loud, then I know maybe my pressure needs to be dialed down. I mean, I should be hearing certain cues coming out, and it's just one of those things. You want to be listening for that kind of stuff and really studying what's coming out of your gun, what you're hearing. So, those are a couple of things I'm listening for when I'm spraying.
So, somebody said, what's a good sprayer to start with if you're Jordan? There's questions.
I'm all the way down.
I know.
You can control that because you'll be watching for questions.
Yeah. So he was asking what's a best sprayer to start with, and we just did we're reviewing how you started with a 440 Titan, and that's been a great machine. So the
Titan 440i is one of the machines that the very first one I purchased, I still have it today. It's an awesome machine, and it's around $900. Graco makes a 395, which is kind of a comparable model, and it is an excellent sprayer to start out with. When you start to go below those and cut down in cost, you're going to cut down in quality and cut down into the life of the pump. I really suggest starting from there and moving up. So Graco 395 or a Titan 440, it's called an Impact now, Titan 440 Impact. So there's
George wants to know, replacing my Graco gun, what's the best 2-finger gun worth the money?
So what was that?
George wants to know, he's replacing his Graco gun. What's the best 2-finger gun worth the money?
This one I have right here is this is my favorite gun right
That's
here.
A Graco.
This is a Graco gun. And so this is a Graco Contractor series gun. It's called the Contractor.
Okay.
So this right here is the gun. I absolutely love this gun. Extremely durable. I have some of the very first ones I've ever bought, and they've fallen off the roast. They're extremely durable guns. The gun itself will last forever. The packings, you got to repack them, and the packings are really expensive on it. Now that's one of the benefits to the Titan guns, and I like the Titan RX Pro guns. The packings are way cheaper on the Titan guns, and the packings are reversible on the Titan guns, so you can flip them, the packings, and
if they're reversible,
you get double the life out of the packings, and they're only like $15 to repack the gun versus this packing is about $70 to repack it. So, and just talk about the guns and advanced spraying. And here's a 2-finger gun right here. And a lot of the sprayers come with 4-finger guns. And if you can see right here, and this is, this gun, you want to be able to control this gun and do, spray upside down, sideways, and really just get into the flow. And this gun, it kind of just becomes an extension of your arm. And to me, the 4-finger gun, if you're holding, say if this was the trigger, you're holding with 4 fingers, the only thing that's controlling the gun itself right there is 1 thumb. So if I've got 2 fingers on the trigger now, these 2 fingers are controlling the gun and my thumb. So you can see I can control the gun, less likely it's going to fall out of my hand and stuff like that, but I feel like I have way more control using 2 fingers on the trigger and 2 fingers on the gun. So much more control. And but you could use a 4-finger gun. Some people, the 2-finger gun, because now only 2 fingers are pulling the trigger, so you got to be stronger, but you'll get used to it.
How many guns have you used in your life? Did you buy a bunch of different ones to figure out what works for your hand and what you're comfortable with? Trial and error?
I've bought them, and then, like I said, I've had just countless sprayers, and every sprayer comes with a gun. And I've used all the different guns out there that are available to us. And I just eventually came up with this gun that fit my hand, best. And the one thing good about the Titan guns, the RX Pro, is customizable. So you can adjust the handle and stuff like that. But so if I wanted to use this, I can paint you, and like this, if I needed to, I can turn it and paint you. But so there's and here's getting back to sound, when I'm spraying. Another thing, when you're listening to, when you start to get too much buildup on the guard, it'll start when around on the guard and around the tip, because when you're spraying for long periods of time, you're going to get a lot of buildup around the tip right here, and you need to clean that off. And I'll start to hear this hissing sound, and it'll remind me, oh, check the tip and clean that tip. And so you're going to get certain cues that are telling you stuff when you're spraying. So to me, it's really important not to wear headphones, not to have music playing. I mean, when I'm spraying, I'm studying all this stuff. And so
I kept some.
So there's other cues, spraying, not only, sound and what I'm listening for, but also what I'm seeing.
So Chuck he says he has a 4-finger gun, but he's going to try to cut the trigger down to make it easier. Have you made a video showing how to cut one down?
I got a couple videos. I did an Instagram video with it, which is just a little 30-second clip, which a lot of people butchered me on it, but which is always fun. But I got a video showing you just using a grinder.
But you've done that for a long time.
I have 4 or 5 guns that I've cut the triggers down on them, and cut them from 4 to 2. And it only takes about 10 minutes to do it. It's very simple and easy to do.
Doug Pearson says, do HEA tips work in the Graco handheld sprayer?
So the
HEA tips?
So the HEA tip is it's a high efficiency airless tip that works at low pressures. In the Graco handheld, those little handheld units are low pressure units. They don't run on high pressure, so you need a low pressure tip. So the HEA tip, you can put it in there because it runs at low pressure, so you can put it in a Graco handheld. I know one thing is we've messed around with multiple tips with the Graco handheld, and the Graco tip works. Their FFLP tips work best in that Graco handheld. The HEA tip will work in there. Also, the regular tips will work. You can stick it in there. It's going to spray paint, but a regular Rack X tip, I was getting a whole lot of overspray and up in the air from them. And so you definitely you really should use the FFLP tips from Graco, but the HEA tips will work.
So Mordecai says, do you get to test a generic extension from eBay, Amazon? What are your thoughts? So there are a lot of generic brands out there. Have you used any, and are they cheaper? Do you think the quality is different?
There is there is quality differences, but this one right here, I believe this might be a Graco or a Titan extension, but I used a bunch of different extensions. And here's one of the big things about extensions is we go through lots of them. We have to buy them all the time. They break right here. These are either screwed in or welded. There's different brands out there, or they'll come loose right here. If this thing is, and this is one of the causes too,
Capstone said you get what you pay for.
You get what you pay for. And the cheaper ones, they break faster. The welds break faster. But with that being said, even the Graco and Titan ones break pretty fast too, but not as fast. And this is what will make them break quicker, is people take the gun and tighten the extension on there with their hands, or they'll take this on here and they'll tighten this really tight and hold on to the gun. You have to hold on to right here, tighten and loosen right here. And so we discovered that after we were going through tons of these extensions, because we were tightening them on like this. You want to tighten it right here, tighten it on right here and not grab, the rod here like this. But we go through these. Some of them break sooner and quicker, but we go through way too many of them. They need to make them way better, but they're still absolutely amazing. They're worth the money, even though we buy them. One of these will probably last us literally only a month or two before they start leaking, and then we buy new ones. So we buy quite a few of them. We go through a lot of them. I used to give them back to the paint store, and they would just give me my money back or give me a new one, but I just call it job site expense now. So
yeah. Well, let's open this box real fast.
So what I want to talk about some of the things, when it comes to spraying, what I'm looking for when I'm spraying. So site wise, so this is when you're spraying, to me, you have to be able to come to work and have like a clear mind and be able to watch and study, what you're spraying and listen for what you're spraying. And if you're thinking about, the fight you had with your girlfriend last night or something like that, it's you're gonna miss a lot of these cues. You're not gonna hear them. You're not gonna see them. But when I'm spraying, when I'm watching the paint come out of the wall, I'm watching as I'm overlapping or lapping. I'm watching for my 50% overlap. So I'm looking for it, and then I'm also watching the product come out, hit the wall, and as it hits the wall, I'm watching for it to what I call gel as your overlaps. If you're going too fast, you'll start to see it like what we call dry feathering and not like gelling together and flowing together. So I'm watching for that, making sure I got the proper speed. So I'm looking for the product coming out, and I'm looking for it hitting the wall and what it's doing when it hits the wall. Because what it's doing hitting the wall, it'll give me some cues. Do I need to speed up? Do I need to slow down? And then is the product performing like it's supposed to be performing? You got something there? Got a letter to read? We got
something for Chris Berry. Would that be you?
Oh, that would be me. That's my name.
Oh, 18-inch wall and 4-page frame.
So you're gonna whip it out?
Yep.
Whoa, it's an 18-inch roller.
Yep, but it's from their sister company in Canada, a Richard tool.
So we use like Purdy's, we use Hyde's, use Sherwin-Williams brand. I'm not sure what we use. Purdy's, Worcester. I've never even seen this one before. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's brand new.
It's new.
There you go, an 18-inch roller. So we'll give her a test.
Yeah.
One of the things about the 18-inch rollers, the metal in here has a tendency to wear and then causes black stuff to start coming out and stuff. So it'll be interesting. We'll give it a test.
Well, and Sandra had put a comment on there.
Richards.
She had put a comment on there.
Richards is the one that makes the bendable brush.
And he was just on here.
And that bendable brush, it screws on the extension pole and it bends. That is one of my top 5 favorite painting tools. Absolutely amazing. It's called a gooseneck brush. If you haven't, we sell it on our Paint Life store. So you can, or not on our, we sell it on our Amazon store. So absolutely amazing brush.
But she was saying, Sandra was saying that she doesn't like trying new products because then if they don't work out, then that costs you a lot of money. And I mean, that's why we want to try out products. And it does cost us money because last week we tried out a product that we hadn't used in many years. And it turned out to be a little bit of a disaster.
And it cost us a whole lot of money. I mean, we lost probably at least $1,000 on that job.
So the reality is that's what we want to do. We want to try out all these products so that we can make good recommendations to make your life better and make our life better.
Because we've come up with this line of products that really works for us and that's been working well for us, over the years, and we've been comfortable using them. And once you've been using the product, all the good qualities about it, the bad qualities about it, and you know how to work with it. But what we're trying to do now is just test everything across the board so we can pass on that information to our followers. So if we find something new, like somebody recommended us, we tried Breakthrough from PBG, and we tried it and it was absolutely amazing. Absolutely loved it. And so we want to be able to tell you the good stuff, and we also want to tell you the stuff you do not want to use.
Stay clear.
So stay clear of, don't use.
But there is some products that other people do, just like with the guns. You find this is the gun that you like the best. You may like a different gun, and we want to hear what you like because somebody else might like what you like.
So there was some aftermarket gun tips and the guards that go on the guns that I got and we were testing, and the tips would always fall out.
Yeah,
so they wouldn't stand there. So like this tip right here, the guard itself, when you put it in sideways, you twist it, it locks. It actually, the tip won't come out even when it's when it's not even on the gun or screwed in, and
That's good.
it's nice. It locks itself into. So that's like a feature of the Gracos that makes them really nice.
The family man gave $5 and he has a question.
I find it a better deal to buy a new contractor gun kit versus the repack kit. So $160 for a 50-foot hose, whip, gun, housing, and tip. They sell a gun for $40. So, and that's completely true, like the family man. So we didn't repack the guns ourselves. We would always just buy the whole new kit. And then I just kind of started tossing the guns aside. I didn't throw them away. But then I started buying aftermarket packings on eBay, which were half the price is the packing that they would sell at Sherwin-Williams. And so then we started repacking them with aftermarket packing kits, and they seem to work. But yeah, it's if you're buying the packing kit from Sherwin-Williams, it's I mean, it's not even worth repacking the gun.
So Jerome Laundry says, I use Valspar ceiling paint. Where would we buy Valspar?
Valspar is, I thought that's sold at Lowe's.
Okay. Where do you get it? I would be interested to hear where you get it because, if you like it, we would love to try it out.
So, so when it comes to, talking about, what I see too, I'm watching for the paint overlap. I'm looking for, the paint gelling. And so I'm looking for, certain cues. When I'm spraying, I'm looking for proper coverage. So when I'm spraying, if it's not covering properly, if it's not, because you can see it coming out, you can see how thick it is. So if it's not covering very well, I'm going to slow down, but then I might need to speed up if it's going to start running. If I see the paint as I'm going, it looks really, really, because I'm trying to look for that like sopping wet look, but then I don't want it too sopping wet that it's going to run. So I'm looking for all these cues, and every single product, acts differently. And so that's when you're trying new products, it becomes difficult because some of the cues you're looking for, sometimes, things are going to be different. So, but if you really, really want to get good at spraying, you really got to, watch what you're doing, study what you're doing. And to me, you got a gun extension on. It's almost never that I spray without a gun extension. I always have at least like 6-inch gun extension on, so it'll be 6 and longer. Very, very rare that I wouldn't have one on. But when you're spraying, I'm watching the paint come out of this end. I'm watching it hit the wall in every single lap, and I don't ever look away. I'm always just studying and watching it. And those are some of the cues. I didn't have somebody stand by my side to teach me, and just say, well, this is how fast you go, and this is what the product does. And I had to learn by trial and error. Once again, in failures, I put a product on, it would run. So I'd have to watch it and study, okay, why did it run and why did it do what it's do? And then I had to really, learn and listen that way. So go ahead.
Oh, Jake was saying he used Promar 200 and he didn't like it. And I think you could have told him that.
Oh my gosh, the Promar line of products, they need to just put it all in a big furnace and burn it all.
No, that is horrible.
Oh, you can't do that because that would be bad for the atmosphere.
Yeah, that would be bad.
But when I'm spraying,
Hi, Sean, thanks for being with us. There's people joining us, and maybe they don't know about the emojis and joining Paint Life Mafia. Can you tell them about it?
So Paint Life Mafia, we've started now. You can be a paid sponsor.
How do they do that?
And we do get questions because you can't do it on mobile devices.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't have the capability. You have to be on a desktop, and right by the subscribe button, there's a sponsor button. You click that sponsor button, and you get certain perks. Once a month, there's gonna be a live show, sponsors only live show. You get the first picture that we send out has a 20% discount on your discount on your entire purchase. You get a free Paint Life sticker. You don't get the upside down version. You get the right side up version. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
And all the stuff the perks you get when you go sign up, it should tell you the perks, how you get the perks. It has a description of how you get them. Like you email us your mailing address and we'll mail you the certificate. But you also get your name shows up in green on here. Everybody that's a paid sponsor, so we can see it, and we hopefully keep your guys in priority answering questions wise. You come first. You get a Paint Life Mafia little icon.
Can you move the thing up? There was a question somebody Carlos asked, and I wanted to move it up to see.
The mouse isn't working.
Oh, the mouse isn't working. Oh, that's
hey,
nice.
Mouse.
I think he asked something like, how much is the setup? I don't know.
The mouse probably went dead.
Our mouse went dead. Sorry, I wanted to read your question. How much for the paint sprayer setup?
The paint sprayer setup?
Mm-hmm.
So let me plug this in. We'll get it charging here. What's the
Yeah.
paint sprayer setup? What are you?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Whoa!
I just grabbed the camera.
Whoa! Cincinnati, Ohio, in the house.
So what do you talk about the paint sprayer setup?
Somebody's asking how much is that? So like think of a typical 440. Like what do you? And that's something that we want to work with the paint company or the sprayer companies to set up like an intro to spraying package that can sell the gun, the hose, the whole thing, and package it as
a Titan 440 or a Graco 395, they're going to run around $900, and that comes with the sprayer. It comes with a hose. It comes with a gun, and it comes with one tip.
Okay.
So it comes with a guard and a tip. But then, to me, there's two extensions. Everybody
Omar.
Everybody should have. You should have, a 6-inch gun extension. So you should have the 6-inch version, and then you should have, to me, probably like the 18-inch version, and then those would be the two most important. And after that, you should be jumping up and we do all of our exteriors, the whole exterior, with a 30-inch gun extension. And so we're using 30-inch gun extensions. I just posted a video on Instagram today. Zach is spraying a ceiling with two 30-inch gun extensions hooked together. So
somebody asked, what do you do if you spray heavy onto an exterior interior surface?
My
so
web
if you
search turned something up for a ceiling with 30-inch.
Wow. The phone just came alive.
Oh, you can't make this stuff up.
I don't know. That's weird.
So that was, if you put too much paint on a surface, what do you guys do? Obviously, it's going to start dripping.
Really?
Raining paint. What do you do?
Is that a question from
Yeah,
somebody?
that's a question.
So there's a lot of different scenarios you can do. To me, if I did it and we've seen the run right off the bat, majority of the time we're going to take it off right then, wipe the paint off. We get rags, get a bucket of water, and say if it was on a door, we just wipe all the paint right off the door.
Oh, wow.
And so we're going to just wipe it off. If you've waited like even a window of maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, if you tried to brush it out, you tried to do anything with it, the paint begins to coagulate, and you cannot like, don't ever go back to a run 5 minutes later and try to brush it out, because you're only going to make it worse. So we'll either, if we're in that window, within a few minutes, we start to see it run. We'll wipe all the paint off the surface and just get rid of it and reshoot it. Or we'll let it dry, and then we have a method how we wet sand the runs out, and we wet sand them and then Bondo, and then sand the Bondo and reshoot over it. And we've had a lot of success shooting wet sanding runs, Bondoing them, and you won't even see it afterwards. But the paint has to dry enough for you to be able to wet sand it. And one time we had a real major problem with some doors. We needed the paint to cure in 30 days. And then come back, and then we sanded them.
30 days?
That was Ren Harris or Chad Harris's doors.
30 days you had to wait? Wow.
That's
And there's a new product that we're excited that might help us with that, right?
Oh, yeah. The True Stripes. We're going to be getting them. Absolutely amazing, where you can rub out a run. So
I don't know.
Cool. Robert Griffith just gave a super chat. We got a new sponsor, Omar. Sponsored. Cool. So, the sponsors, even one of the cool things, it's going to be once a month, only sponsors only live show, where we're going to get on and just deal with you guys, the sponsors, and work with them. And
I can't open this box.
We really came prepared,
we did. But I want to know, do any of you guys do any specialty painting, like the faux painting or the textured painting? Because we met this company when we were at the paint show.
Oh my gosh, these people! Seriously, man, what did you guys put in there? So I don't.
So it's like you paint and then you do the decorative. So I don't know. Do you guys use? Look at these little. Looks like AstroTurf.
Interesting.
So anyways, we're gonna learn. So if you guys have ever used this product, if you do any specialty painting, let us know. Do you recommend? Okay, it's all in there. Hazardous material.
Oh my gosh. I mean, they wanted to make sure nobody got into this. So
Yes.
I don't even, so I didn't get to see them. You talked to them at the
Yeah,
show,
so we're
not me.
super excited to try and to learn. So Ray said I started doing faux finishes 5 years ago, and now it's half my business. Very cool. So show a picture. Have you seen this product? I know it's on the East Coast, and they're actually opening a facility in Salt Lake City, which is a lot closer for us. So we're excited. So do you like doing rag rolling and sponge painting, superior painting?
There, I charged the mouse, so now we can scroll down. Chris, where's your knife? That's Jordan asked. So yeah, that's a good question. We were not very prepared today.
But
we didn't have our knife.
So what tell me something.
Oh, we do have our knife. What are we talking about?
Oh, it's over there, but it's still in the packet.
It's still in the packet.
Yeah, that's okay. What about that orange tape? Show that. Ask if anybody's ever used that.
Oh, this tape. So we just started using this tape. It's sure tape, orange tape, and so far we like it.
Yeah.
This is some of the tackiest.
Have you guys ever seen this orange tape? And do you know we will give
box of it.
something away to somebody who guess who's the manufacturer of this orange tape?
Quit trying to take my tape. That's my tape. You can't take.
No, but we want them to guess.
Guess what?
Who's the manufacturer of the orange tape?
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they probably saw it. It showed it right there.
Because you're twirling it around. Oh my goodness.
So here, you can have it. Well, you want it so bad. So I need to talk about some what?
Brian Wagner was right.
What? Shoreline.
No, it's actually not called that. Oh, Ryan Petzel.
So when do exteriors do you spray the body? Do you ever spray any trim, window, or miscellaneous? So Nate asked the question, do we spray? So on houses, we always spray the body. We always, on exteriors, always spray the body 100% of the time. We always spray the doors. We always spray the gutters. We spray the body first, and then we come back and then we'll spray the gutters, and then we hand roll all the trim. But the body's always first. If the soffits are a different color, the soffit's a different color than the body, we'll spray the body, mask the body, drop plastic, and then spray the soffit.
But from what you were talking about, of listening to the paint and paying attention to how it's going on. I mean, you have rules of this is how we do it, but there's always exceptions to the rules. So when you come to a job, do you always you walk it and you determine, we need to do it a little bit different? Like you were just saying, the soffits weren't painted the same color. So, I mean,
that's one of the cool things about painting is every single job is different. And every single time we show up to job, you have to think yourself through the job, how you're going to do it. It's like you don't back roll every house.
You don't?
No. So, some people that, why didn't you back roll? Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? I mean, you have to take, each situation, each house, and look at its own characteristics and, develop your method, develop how you're going to do it based on, what you're seeing. In every single job is different. Every single job. So even spraying, that's why I say you really got to get just in tune with your products, in tune with the gun. And because every situation is different. I've sprayed Pro Classic for years and years and years. And then we went in to spray, this one room, and the one we just lost tons of money on, and it ran everywhere on the wall. So you just got to really pay attention, because it's just not the same. The situation, not the humidity might be higher in the room, the temperature. When I'm spraying, when I walk into a room to spray trim, like right now, it feels cool in this room. If I feel that coolness, I'm gonna bump up the heat. So spraying.
Wait a little bit.
Yeah, one of the secrets to spraying and spraying trim, you want to get it on there heavy. You want it to gel out. You want it to be thick. You don't want it to be dry and eggshelly. If you get it on too thin, the finish won't, like what we call, just gel out and smooth out. So you got to get it on the heavy. You got to overlap good enough, but there's always this point, and this point when you get it on too heavy, it'll run. But one of the things to help stop that is crank up the temperature in the house. So like tonight, John was spraying, and he was right before he starts spraying, like 10 minutes before, he'll crank up the heat. And we were going to try to get 2 coats on fast, and so we're going to crank up the heat even higher to say like 80 degrees. So you crank up the heat to 80 degrees, do your first coat a little bit thinner so it'll dry faster. That way you can recoat a lot quicker. So there's a lot of that that thinking and processing you have to go through.
So do you think it'd be fun for you to go like to where it's humid climate and to paint there for a week or two? And
I don't think it would ever be fun to go anywhere where it's humid.
No, but I'm just saying to see what their environment is and what they end up doing.
We went to Hawaii
but you didn't paint. I'm talking about you painting. Like that would be pretty cool.
I think what you want to do is you want to travel, so you're trying to convince me to go into some humid climate and paint.
Yeah.
And
no,
you're gonna have to keep working on it, and I might get to the point.
But I think to teach, because every situation, every climate is different. And so you can be telling somebody this is what we do here, but if they live in a completely different climate, that product may not work for them, and it might not work in that situation.
One product, like if you cranked up the heat for something like, to me, Breakthrough is a lot thinner. It's a lot viscous.
Before it hits the door.
So I probably wouldn't, crank up the temperature with Breakthrough, and I'm gonna spray it on a little bit thinner. So that's some of the stuff you've got to really you look at your product first. The first time I ever shot Breakthrough, I looked at it. It looked really thin, and I stirred it, checked the viscosity of it, and I was like, you know what, I think we're gonna have to spray this a little bit thinner, than we typically would spray. So you're looking at all those things. So I think advanced spraying, you just have to really understand your products. You got to know the product very well, and you got to understand your gun and your equipment. You got to look for signs. Another thing is touch. When I'm spraying, say soffits overhead, the product we use now, at the end of the day, I don't have like overspray all over me. I don't have dust. I don't have paint all over me. I can spray all day long. The last house, open soffits, everything, the porches. What happens is a lot of times if your pressure's up too high, or if you got a cheap product, you'll be spraying and you'll feel the paint raining down on you.
Didn't you have that happen?
Yes, we
this last summer you tested out a product that you.
As soon as I started spraying it, I can feel the paint raining down on me, and it's telling me something right then. I'm like, I need to go check my pressure on my pump. Check the pressure. The pressure's right. And then I started messing with the pressure because maybe this product wants to be run at a lower pressure or a higher pressure. But you go higher, then you start to get more overspray. But that fallout is telling you something. So so you want to look for all these cues, hear the cues, see the cues, and then ask yourself why you're feeling that. Why am I feeling paint raining down on me? After using that product, and it was a product from Rada, I understood exactly what people were saying. Is like, how come you don't got drop cloths on the roof? It's like, well, if I was using this product, I'd have drop cloths everywhere. I'd be spraying in a monkey suit. I'd wear a monkey suit. I would wear a full face respirator because all that paint coming down. And I'm like, and eventually after checking the pressure, checking the filters, messing with the pressure, it just comes down to it was just cheap paint.
But isn't that, that's what we want this community to be about, is that maybe you have been using a product that isn't the best, or you're using your sprayer at the wrong pressure or the wrong tip, and so you're having all these issues. And it's like, this is what we want to do. We want to think about everything that we're doing and make it the best.
Anybody else want some German cards? We gave away one to Mel C.
Okay.
Did you give away any others?
I don't even know. I've been confused tonight. I have to pick a winner.
Who knows German?
I have to pick a winner for the orange tape that I sent something to.
Sprachen die Deutsch.
I will look back through the feed and I will message somebody.
Do you know what that? Just pick somebody.
No, I forget who was the top
winner. Look at that. That's funny. The orange flowers.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants some German cards? Does anybody know German?
Fredericksburg. Where's Fredericksburg?
A6. Well, it looks like German to me.
Does it?
A6 Pro.
Okay. So you got to pick somebody.
A6 Pro will send you some.
Okay, we'll send you some cards. You need to email us.
A6 Pro and Audio House Online.
Mm-hmm.
You get some Audio House Online and A6
oh my goodness.
Pro.
So I will try and mail these off to you. But anyways, we're super excited about learning about this company, Metropolis. I butcher it. I'm sorry. I did. go to school, but that's just not my specialty, pronouncing
Really?
words. No,
That's not, huh?
it's not my specialty.
So did you open up all the packages?
I did. Oh, there was something else.
If you want to swap t-shirts, send us a t-shirt so
Mm-hmm.
we're still trying to fill our wall back up there.
Yeah.
If you got a hat, we'll swap hats.
Mhm.
Send us a hat, we'll send you a hat. Send us a shirt, we'll send you a shirt.
Mhm.
Send us 2 stickers and we'll send you 2 stickers. Not a Paint Life Mafia. These are specifically for paid sponsors.
Yes. So who are the paid
So,
sponsors on tonight? Ryan's with us. Pro Finish,
Pro
Regina.
Finish, A6 Pros, DFW is with us. Let's see, Jordan 23, C&H Quality Painting, right there.
Yes.
George, Brian Petzold is a paid sponsor. So for only $4.99.
And Jordan.
Is all.
And people are saying that it's snowing there. Yesterday for Easter, we sat outside and it was great
awesome.
weather. And this morning I went outside and I thought I was in a winter storm. It was so cold. It was like in the 20s. And so winter came back to Boise also this week. So hopefully next week we'll go back to spring.
You even get a Paint Life shirt too after you've been a paid sponsor for 6 months.
Yeah.
So I'll be announcing the actual Thursday at 6 p.m. when we'll be doing our sponsors only live show.
How do we become a sponsor?
So all you got to do is go to the subscribe button.
Not on a phone.
You can't do it on a phone. You have to be on a desktop. Go to the subscribe button. By the subscribe button is a button, a sponsor button. You click that button, and that's how you become a sponsor.
Who's Armando T? Do we know that person?
Armando T. No,
we don't know.
Send me your T-shirt. So we're going to give away 1 T-shirt tonight. So you want?
Well, I was giving the T-shirt to the person who picked this tape, but I have to go back through the feed and find them. So can you go all the way back?
So what are you looking for? Frog tape.
I think Ron Thrall did win it. I don't know. I was just picking somebody that picked it. Who picked it? I guess I'll do Ron Thrall. Oh, there he is right there. Yep. So I'm going to send him a shirt. So you need to send me your size to John's with us. So everybody say hi to Journeyman John.
Oh, John made it home, huh?
He made it home. So that's a really good thing.
Yeah.
So did you have anything you learned this week that you want to share? So hopefully they don't have to learn these mistakes.
Yeah, I guess, I made a mistake, like not communicating to John. I went and met the customer, did a color consult, wrote down some information, the colors, and then I don't think I'd passed it on to you, clarified it with you. So then it didn't get passed to John. And so when John got there, he met the customer, but the customer, it met with me and explained everything in detail to me. And then, but then there was just kind of like some breakdown in communication. The customer was just figuring probably, I knew it all. And, and I showed up later and John already took care of, painting the walls, and one of the rooms was supposed to be one color and we didn't do it the right color.
Communication.
So we had to repaint the room all over. Luckily the customer was out of town, and I walked in and I'm like, this is supposed to be a different color. And then Sherwin Williams didn't provide the paint. I ordered the paint. If it would have been in there, John would have saw that and said, well, where does that go? And then he would have questioned it. But then, because
communication. So that will help you go a long way. Some people are new at business and they're like, how do I get help? And it's like, you can't over communicate with your customers and with your employees and with the paint store. I mean, I keep trying to tell you,
you should communicate better with me, and then things would be so much better, because I'm like the
no, he's the one that when the camera's off, he doesn't talk and I don't stop talking, but then the camera comes on and you're the talker.
So there you have it. It's like 8 o'clock.
Oh my gosh, it's time to go.
Time flies.
So Family Man, hopefully we'll come see you. And I know that one other person is in the Washington area. The guy who won the gun, Jake. Those are the
Starling?
two. Yep. I wonder where Jake Starling's located, because maybe they both did some cool raps.
I'm hoping to hopefully I can hook up with the Family Man and we can do a rap together.
That would be interesting.
So his rap is really cool.
You'll have to look for it. You'll have to look for it.
I've listened to it a whole lot.
He's memorized it. Okay. So what do we say? We say thank you to everybody who joined us tonight.
Thank you for everybody that's been on. Hopefully I've given you some, advanced spray tips. I've talked a little bit about some of the things I wanted to talk about and stuff. Didn't get to all of it, but hopefully that will get you spraying better.
And think about what you're doing.
Having better results.
Listen.
So
if you need a hearing aid, get one. So that you can hear the paint come out.
Really?
Yeah.
Or if you need glasses, get them.
Yes, because that's important too. You want to be able to see.
Right. Let's see if you can see.
No, I can't see without my glasses.
Really?
Yeah, I guess I don't need to see. I'm in the office right now.
Should say bye to our little ones that are watching tonight.
Yeah.
And we know Aubrey's on.
Aubrey was on. Hopefully she's making a snowman, painting a snowman.
Yep.
And Cara was on.
Am I supposed to send her this shirt autographed?
We're going to have to send her a shirt. So
I think she said she wanted this one.
No, she didn't want that one. She wants the same style.
I think she said she wanted this one.
No, she didn't.
Yeah, she said that shirt you're wearing.
Yeah, the style.
Right. She has that shirt, the style already.
No, I don't think so. She has a white one. So we need to we'll talk to him.
Yeah, see the little cool emojis that people get too.
Yeah.
When, only the paid sponsors get those too.
$4.99. What a deal.
So, yeah.
What a deal.
So hold the phone. Are you guys coming to Washington State?
Yes.
So we are coming to Washington State, Jake. So I'm trying to, I've already emailed
Aubrey.
Family Man about hooking up with him. So
yeah.
So hopefully that's going to work out.
John, thanks for being with us. Elstone, thanks for being with us. Bobby Willis, thank you. My Angel Painting, thank you. Ooh, that's scary when I see myself.
You got to thank the super chatters. Run down the list. Thank them. While I try to.
Okay, the Family Man, Jordan 23, JB Castro. Did JB Castro join? Because it didn't say welcome new sponsor.
I don't know. I saw.
So maybe if he meant to join, let us know, JB.
I mean, we'll go check it as soon as we're done here. So
Andrew, waffles. Family Man, great advice. Welcome, Omar.
Family Man's always got good advice. He's
Griffith,
a good painter.
Yep.
So there you have it.
We've
got to sign off.
We do. We got stuff to do.
Something.
I gotta get Paint Life Mafia stickers mailed. I do.
Right. We're gonna be sending out some stickers, so stay tuned.
Yeah. Have a good night. Keep painting. Good night.
Out.